The family of a 21-year-old tailor, Bamise Ayanwola, has raised the alarm over her alleged abduction by a driver of the Lagos Bus Services Limited. The said Bamise's whereabouts had been unknown since she boarded an LBSL bus, popularly known as BRT, at the Chevron area of Lekki en route to Oshodi on February 25, 2022. City Round gathered that the Ekiti State indigene boarded the bus at 7:30 p.m. and became suspicious when the yet-to-be-identified driver told her to sit at one of the back seats. A source, who did not want to be named, said Bamise, who became uncomfortable, sent out voice notes and a short clip to express her concern to one of her friends. On her way home, the driver picked up
There's an investigation that is going on, and because the criminal activity, so it's the Nigerian police that is empowered, constitutionally to fully unravel, all of the events that happened. And you can see that it's been condemned at the highest level in our government. I personally standing up to condemn it, right, and to, offer condolences to the family of citizen, Oluwabamise. It's so unfortunate. It's really so unfortunate. And I've seen several, narratives, several write-ups about it. Some people being very extremely sensational, right? I mean, posting and saying that the Lagos State government, right, want to cover something, and even my person, want to cover some. I think, people trivialize life and make it, look at everything has to be that you want to score a cheap point. And I think the message really should go to people like that they're of low mind, that they're of no consequence, and our government will certainly not be deterred with such narratives. What we're about is to ensure that we transparently get to the root of it. And that's why the police, and the Department of State Security were able to immediately, pick the person. It was not in Lagos. It was in another state that they had to go and pick, the individual. And I'm sure that, the Nigerian police have the competence to be able to get us, to the final conclusion. And we've said it. Whoever is found, whoever you are, the full route of the law will be applied, to such consequence, and will ensure that such really does not repeat itself. And I think it's important for me to, because I've also seen on social media people were asking, you don't have CCTV cameras, your cars and your vehicles. No, it's not true. In all of our BRT buses that we procured two and a half years ago, all of them have CCTV cameras. But however, and trackers. However, the additional ones that we bought locally, the ones that we bought locally last year, are the ones that we have not installed, because you need to do a lot of configuration before you can put CCTV cameras in there, right? And so we're speaking with the manufacturer of that. I don't need to mention it, but they were purchased locally. That's the unfortunate one that this particular incident, happened. And I think it's also important for me, because I've gotten, information. At the time in which these drivers closes and they switch off the light, they are meant to drive back empty to their yards. Let me repeat myself. They are meant to drive back empty to their yard. Any bus that is still on service will certainly not have its lights on, so it will not have its light off, right? And so that in itself is a litmus, or it's something that the citizens need to be aware of, right? That once the light of a bus, is fully off, once the radar is not showing where it's going to, people should desist from entering such, because the conductors will have been out of it, the checkers will have been out of it. It's only the bus driver that is taking the bus to the terminal to go and park. And so we should just, pass on this message, and whatever additional measure that we need to put in place to ensure that all of our private operators, because these are run by private companies, all of our private operators, the SLAs that are supposed to look at it again, I'm sure the company and Lamata, they'll look at the entire process.
Two men and one woman. This made her calm down a bit. Then she told us she would alight at Oshodi. We called her and noticed something was unusual about the way she was talking. We tried to reach out to her again, but her phone was unreachable. Then we waited a bit, thinking it was probably due to a low battery, only for her parents to contact us on Sunday that Bamise wasn't home yet, and since then we have been at the Oshodi BRT Terminal 3. We were told to sit and wait for the Driver to come. The driver did not show up, the source added. In a series of voice notes exchanges between Bamise and a friend, which were shared on social media, she was heard telling the friend in Yoruba that the bus stopped to pick her up but did not pick other passengers. Sensing danger, she was said to have made a short video showing the silhouette of a driver and what looked like the vehicle number. The clip, which was obtained by City Round, also showed that the bus was not well lit. Her mother was seen in a video trending on social media wailing in front of a bus numbered 240,257, in one of the terminals of LBSL, said to be the bus Bamise had boarded. This is the vehicle that Bamise boarded. It has been parked. They say they cannot find the driver. Bamise boarded the vehicle at Ajah and said she was coming to Oshodi. The vehicle got to its destination but the child did get home. We can't find her. They must find Bamise for me. I didn't tell her to go to Lagos to die, she lamented. The missing lady's elder brother, James, told our correspondent on Friday that Bamise was heard struggling with someone on the bus during last phone conversation with her. James said the family had been having sleepless nights since the 21-year-old went missing. He said, the driver took to his heels. As we speak, he is at large. We learned that he no longer resides where he claimed he resided. It is a case of kidnapping. If the driver were available, we may have said it was a case of a missing person. Moreover, she boarded the bus and 3 people were picked up along the road. When she was called, she didn't pick up her call. When she picked, she was heard struggling with a man, so this is not a case of a missing person. I believe this kidnapping has been ongoing. From my little investigation, I discovered that the company does not have proper documentation of their drivers. We learned that the driver moved from where he claimed to be living over a year ago, and his guarantor doesn't live where he claimed to be living. The company is trying to push us aside and keep it away from the press. Our parents are aware but they aged, so we had to convince them that all is well. But we have been having sleepless nights. A woman, Caroline Oni, who identified herself as Bamise,
but I pick her from Chevron. Okay. Then I picked the other 3 guys at Agbidin. Okay. When those guys showed me the weapon, as I was saying, sir, I was I can't be myself anymore. Fears have come in me. So whatever the man on gun sit down there, whatever he told me, is what I do. When I follow that Carter bridge, after that overhead bridge, they ordered me to stop there. And when they ordered me to stop, so I should open the door. When I open the door, then the next track, when they come down, they now start dragging her down. When I saw she was crying for help, actually I'm helpless. So I was just thinking that she's inside the vehicle, holding the iron. So I move on. I arrested her last night.
How did they arrest you?
Where I ran to was when the issue happened. I'm afraid.
Former mistress said the family had been informed that LBSL drivers were not officially allowed to pick passengers in the area from 6 p.m. as they were supposed to return the buses empty to the terminal. Police launched manhunt for driver, arrest guarantor. However, the police said they were investigating a case of a missing person, adding that the suspect's guarantor had been arrested. The case has been transferred to the state SID. We are investigating the case. We have the guarantor of the driver.
Okay now, Zugbo, Ọlọ́run aṣọ ẹ̀dẹ́lẹ̀. Kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ náà? Ó pìkọ́ òde sọ̀rọ̀ náà, ẹ́? Afa náà, kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ náà, ẹ́? Báwo?
Yes, ma, mo ti gbọ́ ma. Àwọn mẹ́ta.
BRT máa ń lọ sí Oshodi. Bó sọ pé ò lọ mọ́ náà kó drop ẹ̀, sọ fún pé ò lọ mọ́ kókó park. Kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ náà? Ó
In our
pick ò dẹ̀
custody helping us with
sọ̀rọ̀
our
náà.
investigation. We are on it. We will continue to update you, the police public relations officer, DSP Adekunle said. When contacted, the public affairs officer of the Lagos Bus Services Limited, Afolabi Olawale, said the company would await the outcome of the police investigation before making its position known. Presently, the police and the Department of State Services are on top of it, Olawale said. When our correspondent asked him whether he could confirm whether the suspect was an employee of LBSL, he said, "It is only the police that will answer that question." Bamise Ayanwola was leaving work on February 26 when she boarded a bus rapid transit (BRT) vehicle heading to Oshodi from Chevron Bus Stop. 10 days later, on Sunday, her mutilated corpse was found. Her last known message was sent from within that bus, driven by a certain Andrew Nice-Omaninakoran. Routine walk Bamise, the last of her parents' 10 children, worked around Chevron in the Lekki area of Lagos. After work, around 7 p.m., she walked down a street towards the bus stop to get a bus, as she did every other day. On this day, she planned to visit Pelumi Caleb, her elder brother who resides around Idimu, for the weekend. She had told him days before that she might come visiting, but she planned the visit as a surprise. She left her office at Chevron before 7 p.m., Pelumi told FIJ on Monday. She usually walks to her bus stop. But then, what transpired happened between 7 and 7:30 something. She got to her bus stop, that's Chevron Bus Stop. On getting there, she saw a BRT bus. Maybe she had the card, I don't know. But the BRT bus stopped to pick her up. The late Bamise, a BRT vehicle stopped by the road as she waited for a bus to board. Andrew, the BRT driver, asked Bamise to board the bus as he was heading to Oshodi. Bamise agreed. 2 buses from Oshodi would get her to her brother's neighborhood. Suspicious BRT driver. According to Pelumi, on boarding the bus, Bamise realized she was the only passenger. The driver asked her to sit at the back. After some time, she felt uneasy. The driver stopped for no passengers and kept driving. Bamise then decided to notify her friends of the strange situation she found herself in. She was able to send voice notes, videos, and pictures to her friends through WhatsApp. Voice notes between Bamise and a friend while she was in the BRT. The driver said, "Oh fine girl, I will try and carry you. Only you, I will not pick another person." So, she just hopped in. Then she said, "Why are your lights not on?" He said, "Don't worry, just go and sit at the back." Getting to the back, she noticed that for real the guy did not pick another person. So she started feeling uneasy, having told her friend, her colleague at work, that she was coming to my own house, that she wanted to pay me a surprise visit, that she didn't want me to be aware that she was on her way, Pelumi said. So, she was chatting with her friend with voice notes. On getting to the back of the bus, she informed her friend. She first snapped the inner part of the bus. That picture captured the number of the BRT. Then she did a video, a short video. She zoomed in. Voice note, "I'm so scared. My mind is not at rest." A few minutes later, the driver eventually stopped at one point to allow 3 persons, a woman and 2 men, to board the bus. After expressing her fears with her friend, she agreed to alight as soon as possible at Oworanshoki. Her friends began to text and call her but noticed she was speaking with a completely different tone. Her phone was later unreachable. She questioned if BRT buses allow passengers to board at that area and why other passengers were not allowed to board. Then later, her colleague asked her to alight, Pelumi recalled to FIJ. So, Bamise said that when she gets to Oworanshoki she would tell the driver to let her alight. After some 3 minutes, 3 passengers were allowed to board the bus. Some of Bamise's friends thought her phone ran out of battery charge but were shocked when her siblings and parents confirmed that she did not get home on Sunday. Her elder brother and friends began a search for Bamise at the Oshodi BRT Park Terminal 3 where the BRT vehicle that drove her the previous night was parked. They met the bus but not the driver. Panic over Bamise's whereabouts. By Sunday morning, Bamise's friend called one of my brothers to ask if she got to my place. So, Daniel, my younger brother, called to ask about Bamise's whereabouts. I said I didn't know, although she had called me on Monday or Tuesday that if she got money she would visit me. My brother told me to find out, because I wasn't around. I called home, and they told me that nobody was inside. So I told my brother not to worry, that Bamise might have gone to a friend's place. She's not a kid, she will come back home. Bamise's friend then said that no, that couldn't have happened because she didn't have any boyfriend or acquaintance to go stay with. Again, she said some voice notes that Bamise sent to her were proof she wasn't comfortable inside the BRT she boarded. Then I told the friend to forward the voice notes to me. When she did, we knew there was a problem. Pelumi and a few others went to Bamise's office in Lekki, Ajah, to get more details and make a report. The following morning they went to a police station to lodge a formal complaint, but the police told them the incident did not happen in their jurisdiction. Go to another place, go to Akinpulu. Pelumi quoted the policeman as saying, "We went to Akinpulu police station," the same response. So, we were not satisfied with the response from Akinpulu police station. Someone suggested Mayfolyaku, so we went to Mayfolyaku police station and nothing was positive. Then we went to the terminal. We met some guys. We met one Mr. Raphael who did not know that we were doing a recording of our conversation. In Raphael's submission, the driver of the exact BRT was on his way and would be around by 2 p.m. He claimed that Bamise had actually gone to see a male friend to have fun and there was nothing else to it. We were not comfortable with his response. By 2 o'clock, we did not see the driver. Raphael said that we should give him more time, that he was on his way. After a while, Raphael stood up and left. I thought he was going to his office to see a driver, but we did not see this Raphael again. He did not come down to attend to us again. All efforts to get to him through his colleagues proved abortive. Missing person? And so what? Continuing, Pelumi told FIJ, we went to their office at Ilapijo. We met 2 security officers. They denied us access to any form of investigation. They said that anything could have happened. That they had no case of missing vehicle. Since there was no case of missing vehicle, no one was missing in their vehicle. Everything is all right, go home, they said. When Bamise's people insisted they were worried about a missing person, the BRT officials responded, and so what? They told us to go get a police report, Pelumi said. I asked them to let us see the CCTV footage of what happened. During that time, they said, who are you to come and request for a CCTV footage? I then informed them that I am Bamise's brother. They insisted that I leave and get a police report first. We went to Mayfolyaku police station, but they were complacent again. Nothing happened. The bus Bamise boarded was on the premises of the Lagos Bus Service Limited, LBSL, office in Ilapijo, but the office has claimed that social media exposure will jeopardize the investigation into Bamise's abduction. BRT driver disappears. The BRT vehicle Bamise boarded on February 26. The bus Bamise boarded on Saturday, February 26. Andrew, the BRT driver, reported to duty after Saturday but disappeared into thin air after word went round that Bamise's friends and family were at the bus terminal. Bamise's relatives were referred to the police afterwards, but they got unsatisfactory responses from different police stations. The police would eventually claim to have gone to the driver's house just to discover he no longer lives there. Andrew's phone has been switched off ever since. Andrew's guarantor initially denied knowing him but later admitted being his guarantor after he was interrogated by the police. Andrew came to work on Monday, but he was tipped that we were looking for him, so he disappeared, Pelumi told FIJ. We lodged our complaint around 3 p.m. then left. Andrew came in after 4 p.m. We have gone to Jokonda police and tabled the case there. As we speak, the driver is at large. They traced the guarantor's house but found out that he only squatted there. It is his elder brother that owns the house. We put a call through to the said guarantor and he said he doesn't know anybody called Andrew. He later said that he did know Andrew but he signed as a guarantor for him. Bamise's brother confirmed her demise on Monday morning after a tweet was released to reveal the discovery of her body. I have seen the said post and it is my sister. I'm with our parents but they don't know anything about it yet, Pelumi told FIJ. Bamise's friends believe that the police are not doing enough to bring Bamise's abductors to justice. They also fear the officials in charge of the BRT terminals in Oshodi are ignoring or trying to distance themselves from Bamise's abduction. The officials at the BRT office told Bamise's friends that they had no personal information about the driver. CSP Adekunle Ajisabutu, the Lagos Police Command's Public Relations Officer, PPRO, said investigation into Bamise's abductors was still underway. The case is under investigation at the state SID, Ajah told FIJ. We are not keeping any personal details away from the public. We try to abstain from making comments capable of jeopardizing our investigation. We surely are focused. The management of Lagos Bus Service Limited and the Lagos state government are yet to release an official statement on Bamise's death as of press time. Just in, UK.